As you read this article, you will find although you do not have years of medical training, you will start to understand how insulin works or doesn't work in type 2 diabetes. Are you a newly diagnosed type 2 diabetic? Are you confused as to what this is all about? Well, diabetes is a complicated condition that comes in several styles. But for the time being, let's just stay with the two main styles, type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is classed as autoimmune, usually diagnosed in children and young adults, where the pancreas is not producing enough insulin to encourage needed energy into cells. Type 2 diabetes is usually, but not always, diagnosed in mature people, where the pancreas is usually making more than enough insulin but the cells are resisting its efforts to let energy pass through their membranes. What does the pancreas do and where is it? The pancreas extends across the body, behind the stomach, in the left side of the abdomen. The larger end rests next to the duodenum. It looks like a fish with a big head and a long tail. Its function is to secrete enzymes and hormones, including insulin, that are needed for the digestion and absorption of food. Insulin regulates the utilization of glucose in the body. All body tissues, except the brain, require insulin for the absorption of glucose. If the pancreas fails to produce insulin, or secretes it in insufficient quantities, the result is one of the styles of diabetes. Your body needs energy to function and uses a sugar called glucose. When insulin is present, the muscles produce glucose transporters to take the glucose across the cell membrane into the cell. Without enough insulin, the glucose cannot get into your muscle cells and then builds up in your bloodstream and causes all kinds of problems. It is not fully understood exactly how all the processes work. For the time being, it is important just to understand the basics. Diabetes is a disease of insulin deficiency in either quantity or effectiveness. The result is your blood glucose levels are too high. By learning about your condition, you will then manage your lifestyle choices wisely.